Good afternoon, that's a bit loud, isn't it? Notice that. 20-ish. That'll do. Right, take the banner off. Take the banner off. That's it. Afternoon then. What a bloody week, eh? What a week. So, just going to have the rest of this bolognese that I made up last night. Just heat it up. I always prefer it the second day. Done a spag bowl, couldn't bother to do the spaghetti, but yeah, looking alright. Bit of cheese. Yes, please. So that's just sitting there cooling down for a minute. So that's what we got going on, that and a coffee. So there we go, nothing crazy. So we got Henry, cheers. Trilby, Phil, Brad. Good afternoon, guys. Hope you're doing all right. The weather is shocking, that's for sure. Yeah, I don't think we're going to need a hosepipe ban today, but there you are. I don't know if they've lifted it yet or what the deal is. But, it's weird. But yeah, hope everyone's good anyway. So, and cheers, Jackman. How you doing? Got a few bits to get through. Bit of news, bit of eating. Show you a few beers I've recently purchased. I've actually purchased quite a lot of beer lately. Since the last kind of unboxing, what have you. Got a mixture of certain supermarket beers, not all of them. There's a couple more I'm trying to get hold of that I can't find locally, which is always the case with supermarket beers. But I've got, all bar two, I've got pretty much everything I wanted to buy, and there's more out there, of course. I haven't got all the beers up here with me at the moment, so it don't really matter, does it? But so yeah. I've been off the beer since Saturday, so it's not too bad. That's good. Got to get your beer 3 days in. I think I'd need to anyway. So, but yeah, we've got to go. Someone else just crept in there. How you doing, Sam, mate? Are you alright? Hope you're keeping well. People saying hi to each other, which is all the best. Sunshine where I'm at in the Midlands. Really chilly in the shade though, says Brad. Yeah. I think tonight is supposed to be like the coldest night of the autumn so far. Like 4 or 5 degrees, they were saying, what I saw yesterday. And then it's going to get mild again, sort of end of the weekend or something like that. I don't know. I know we've had a shed load of rain, or a bucket load of rain, if you like. Certainly down here, I think most of the country have had it. It's got waves of it in there. But yeah, still we need it, I guess. But yeah, I don't mind the rain as long as I'm not in it. But yeah. Don't know the food. Yeah, it's all right. It will do. It will do. What we got going on here? People just saying, loads of people saying hi to each other, which is always good to see. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, you had a fair amount, didn't you? You was ratted a couple of the days, and I was going to join one of them, and then I was like, nah. No, I went to a beer festival on a Saturday afternoon, on my own light, and I just wasn't feeling it at all. I think I had about 7 beers in like 5 hours, 6 hours, something crazy. I was just like, I couldn't. There's other beers I really wanted to try. I look back now, I thought, but at the time I was like, I really don't want any more beer. So I ended up going home a bit earlier than I thought. I felt a bit crap Sunday, as in, well, Saturday night, sorry. I think, I went to bed early Saturday night. I wasn't in the mood. I think it's because I was missing my daughter at the time and shit like that, and other things. It's just, that was when it went up to London, come back on Sunday, then back into the routine, isn't it? Really, from half term. So yeah, let me just. The comments are going absolutely crazy. So a lot of it's people saying hi to each other, which is lovely. Where do we get to? Yeah, you did go a bit mad, Jagman. But you're doing your own channel now as well. So you're going on even when there's no one else on now. So you're on that slippery slope, I'm afraid, mate. Cheers, Sam, mate. Pouring down here this morning. Now brightened up a bit. We had a lot of rain last night, and then it was kind of stopped about 8 o'clock, and then about 9:30 it absolutely hammered down for about 2 hours. Quite heavy now. It's just light rain. It's brightened up slightly, but really quite dark. One of them darker days you get in the winter. But Rob J in, bloody hell. How you doing, mate? It must be well early for you, my friend. You must be on the old coffee. Well, it's a 4 hours difference at the moment because we put our clocks back last weekend. So it's only 4 hours East Coast at the moment until you change yours. Was it next weekend? I can't remember how you do it. I know it's normally a couple of weeks sort of difference. Good to see you. Sorry I didn't join Saturday. I was just saying hello. Was it Saturday? No, it was Thursday. I said hello, and again I was like, then I fell asleep soon after. Sam lost his new phone. Oh no. All right. That's a pain in the arse, isn't it? Jesus, that's just the worst. At least with new phones, you're not going to have lots of dodgy photographs on it, I suppose. But, you know what I mean? No, you can sort that shit out. It does do that to you, doesn't it, Jack? Man, you just get to that point where you just need a break. I mean, I'm supposed to be going to a bottle share tonight, but I really don't want to. I mean, it's Thursday. I've not had a beer since Saturday, and I'm still like, I don't really want to go. Do you know what I mean? It's just, I probably will go, but yeah, because and it's a great venue as well. I want to support the venues, hosting us. So I feel a bit guilty. I feel guilty either way. So that's the trouble, isn't it? But, we had floods and abandoned cars this morning. Mental. Yeah, it's crazy. I think in West Kent there was a lot of that sort of shit going on, Phil. But yeah. Internet playing up will reboot. Yeah, I've had some internet issues this last sort of week or so, on and off. On the Wi-Fi extender. I don't know what the deal is. It's not been like this for ages. Even on devices that work properly. It's weird. It's been all right on my phone, but not on my Chromebook. So I don't know what the deal is there. But it's not my Chromebook. There's nothing on it. There's no downloaded, videos from Pornhub or nothing like that. It's not that sort of, it hasn't even got many kind of apps in and stuff. So there's plenty of space on it. So nothing should slow it down. Sam saying hi to Rod. Yeah. So Brad's got a heavy weekend this weekend. I'm young enough to get away. Yeah, that's the trouble. It does catch up with you though, mate. Once you get into your late 30s, 40s, it's like fucking hell. Or Jack Man's 50s, But, but yeah, I don't know how he does it. Amazing. How you doing, Twisted? Hope you're keeping well. Thanks for joining for if you're on your tea break or what the deal is. Oh, is your kid off school this week? Isn't it? I can't remember you saying that. I can't remember if it's a girl or a boy. I'm really sorry. I know your child's got another week off or something. Yeah, mine went back on Monday. So, my work crew now has a Manc and a Londoner. Okay, that's it, isn't it? Reunited at last, the convicts. Technology back, yeah, it's weird, isn't it, Henry? Yeah, people saying I had to Twisted and vice versa. It's all good. Where do we get to? I put the streets on tonight and at work, and they were loving it. I haven't heard the Streets for years, man. What, 20 years when they first came out? Yeah, good stuff. I know you're 49. I know, just a little. I knew you'd say something. I'm cleaning your fish tank. Okay, yeah. Okay, that's all right then. Not too bad. Yeah. Right, I'm gonna have a bite to eat, and then I'll show you. I've got a bottle share beer that I'm supposed to. I'll show this first, and then I'll show you the cans in a minute. So I've got this to take tonight to a bottle share, but as I say, I'm still having an eye on wherever I'm going. It come through today from Trembling Madness. This latest order's Trembling Madness, but yeah, I bought a 7. You can't even see it. It's a barrel aged sour, self-cultivation, self-cultivation in a digital world. I think I'm pronouncing that right. So it's a Spanish brandy barrel aged apricot sour, 6.4%, 750. This is the second in their collaboration series. Who's it collaborated with then? Celebration series. I can't even read. There we go. So yeah, that could be interesting. That's the one I'm going to take to share. If I don't go tonight, then I'll go to the one next month. So that's that one. Going to an 80th birthday party in Essex on Saturday at a pub, but we'll be about after that. Essex, fucking hell. It does sound good, that one, Henry. Had to do a CPR on a fish this morning. Huh? Cool. That's weird. We'll leave that there. That's awesome. You had me with that beer until you said, yeah, it's a sour, I'm afraid. But I reckon it'd be good. But then them kind of beers are good to share. And you don't. I mean, I couldn't drink a whole bottle on my own. You have a little. I don't know how many people are supposed to be going, but there's normally a good 6 to 8 of us, so you won't get much of it. So, but then you get to try lots of different stuff. So that's the whole idea, isn't it? Really. Right, I'm just going to try and eat some of this. So apologies, I hate eating in front of people. It is what it is. It is a lunchtime show, sort of dinner show, so it's not bad. Bit of spice, got some red peppers in it, mushrooms, chopped tomatoes, mixed herbs, onion, garlic. I always prefer it the next day. It seems to almost ferment slightly. Just minus the spaghetti, can be good. So yeah, what's everyone else? Is anyone else having some lunch at the minute? What's going on in people's world? Where we got to? It was my own fault though. Kept it in a pot with a lid on it with no air. All right. Well, at least you nearly killed it and you saved it. Not bad. Um, I'm into my sour beers, Craig, at the moment. Yeah, it's all right. I mean, I've not had one of their sour beers when I was up at the tap room, and I thought, oh, that's pretty damn good. So this is the second in their celebration series. I don't know what the first one was. So this is a wild sour fermented on whole organic apricots and then aged in 30-year-old Spanish brandy barrels. Full of flavour with apricot pulp and skin, with a beautiful funkiness and complexity developed by the natural microbes of the fruit, balanced by the gentle spirit of the oak of the barrels. So it was like, I think this was 16.99. This one, which I thought was pretty good for a nice sounding sour sharing beer. Um, what do we get to it? It does. It sounds good. Definitely, I've got 24 cans of Faith turning up tomorrow. It's the England cans ones. Oh right, yeah, yeah. I know. I did see that they changed it. Um, of Morrison's that are going to be stocking that, aren't they? I got the. I brought Heathen the other day from Morrison's. And funny enough, it's in Tesco's as well. The Heathen. And I went back and checked. I've had it 6 times, and the first time I had it was at Leeds International Beer Festival in 2016, and then I ended up going to the refectory the next day in Leeds and bought a can to bring home and done a review in the 330. Back in the day when it was all kind of, oh, what's this, what's that, and that's when Patron's product were just starting in 330 ml cans. So yeah, I bought quite a few Northern Monk beers actually. So over the last sort of between, yeah, mainly supermarket actually. So yeah, you saved it. That's good. Henry's at home cooking. Can't beat it. Got a prawn. Can't pronounce it. With lamb samosas. There you go. Nice. Just had a ham and cheese sandwich. Yeah, it's so boring being off work. What how, I know you done. Did you do your legging or something? I can't. Or your back? I can't remember. That was a few weeks back. Um, yeah. How long are you going to be? He's asking the people asking the questions before Apricot can get in the sea, as you say. That's fair enough. Yeah, I'm like that with mango. To be honest with you, I don't mind subtle mango, but when you get that real pulpy, it's not very. I like mango. That's the thing, but it's just the acidity in it. It just doesn't agree with the old reflux kind of thing. Really, that's the only reason I don't like mango. Not. I don't even. I like mango. That's the thing. It's just my stomach doesn't like it. It's one of them deals. But yeah, I prefer apricot over mango though, as a whole. Keep resting. Quicker you get better. Yeah, indeed. Hopefully before Christmas. Christ, what do you do to yourself? I mean, you probably mentioned it on streams, but sometimes I don't watch all the streams, so um, they want you off till January. Bloody hell. Not had lunch yet, but going for a chicken sandwich when I do. Jackman, nice one. Oh, you've been drinking beers, that's for sure. Um, Godmother of all fish, indeed. What are we going to do? Heaven is great at the moment. Good afternoon, Rob. Hope you're keeping well, my friend. The supermarket cans taste terrible. That's a shame. With my discount, it costs me $2.70. That's pretty good away from a supermarket. Ah, that's interesting. Huh. I might have to get one in my next order, then do a side by side supermarket v non-supermarket. And I've had that theory for ages. Interesting. So 270, you can't go wrong, can you? I mean, you wouldn't get that price down here. Southern prices ain't happening. Probably it's less about more of a social drinker. Yeah, even when if it weren't for the internet, I probably wouldn't drink much at home either. I just wouldn't. I'm doing the reviews, of course, and shit like that. Toxic Mermaid. Had the Northern Monk birthday IPA last night. Fantastic stuff. Okay. Yeah, I'd say I've done a little bit. Anyway, let me get into this. So you've seen the bottle. That's the sharing bottle that I bought. 17 quid. Trembling Mouse. It come about 2 hours ago. Latest box. So I'll start with something locally. So this is Pleasure Theory number 5 from Flock. Now I had this last year, but it was a separate. It was a different. They've changed up the hops in this. I think they produced this 3 times. Once was like a test run, didn't can it at all. And then I think earlier in the year they done a run of this, and now they've done another run with a different load of hops. So this is Idaho 7, Simcoe, and Citra, 6% ABV. So yeah, that's the latest kind of one. So that'll be all right. So a bit different. I don't normally have too many of Panama Island beers, but this one sounded quite interesting. So this is, I think this was on that Dark on Wild City last weekend, and the crowd goes mild, which is a Baltic mild. I thought that sounded interesting. What's the ABV of it? 7.4. So some people would say that's not mild, but I thought I'd give it a go, see what it's all about. Interesting, isn't it? I do like that, and it's got like the old love heart there. That's pretty cool. I like nice play on words. So yeah. So another one from Vault City then. One of the session sours, but not the supermarket ones. I just thought it sounded absolutely bonkers crazy. So I went ahead. So blackcurrant chocolate chip waffle sour. 4.7. I love that as well. Look at that label. Pretty awesome. Shake to Wake. That's one of their kind of little things there. It's just bonkers. It's a bonkers brewery. It's just fun. And then 2 more, both from Asvex. So this has just come out. This was canned 28th of October. Objective Reality. So there we go. Citra, Sabro, and Azaka hops. Pale Ale 4.5. This is like £3.50. I love that label. Look at that. How cool. Like an orb, electrical orb or something. Yeah. So these guys are out of Liverpool, as you probably know. I was up there 4 weeks ago, whatever it was. So yeah, 4 weeks ago now, isn't it? Yeah. So I thought that was pretty cool. And this just one of them ones that appealed to me from Asvex. So this has been around since the 6th of October. Cookie Cutter Approach, a cookies and cream milk stout. 5.4, get it right way around. So there we go. Again, pretty nice little label there. I think I've got 3 beers now from Asvex in the fridge, so I don't need any beer for a while. Right. Now it's going to take me ages to catch up. So apologies. Where we get to? I fell off a ladder, Craig, and sprained my ankle and ruptured my Achilles. Fucking hell. Yeah, sprain your ankle's alright. Rupturing your Achilles, that's a different fucking level there. Bollocks to that. At least you're young, but you'd be interested in. Well, yeah, I mean, you'd be alright, but bloody hell, that takes time, man. Get well soon, my friend. Can't play too much of the people. Well, yeah, there is. You're right, and I'm always like that. Heathen cost £3.50. I was in Sainsbury's as well. All right, because I got mine from is it Rob? I know that they're in Morrison's and they're also in Tesco. I picked mine up in Morrison's in Sittingbourne a couple of weeks ago. But I saw it yesterday in Tesco's Extra, just up the road. I was like, okay. But yeah, I thought it was yeah. I mean, you're getting it cheaper than the supermarket. It's a better quality. Shit happens, doesn't it? Eh? Okay, now. Joe Man's got some left-handed giant skies above cans this week, and they're doing 20% sky above. Left-handed giant, 20% off. That's pretty good. Twister said, "Nice. You lot are entertaining me while I'm working. Perhaps I should pay you." Well, watch the adverts. That'll pay me. I'm joking. I don't drink, but I do like the artwork on some of these. Yeah, I know. Some of the artwork is. I do forget to shout out the artists involved, which is bad of me. But maybe I should go down that route a bit more, really. One positive when I'm drinking at home is from Sam, so I don't do anything fucked up that will get me in trouble, piss anyone off, or lose anything. Yeah, absolutely. You do that when you go out. So there you go. Yeah, there's some good beers there for sure, Henry. Blackcurrant chocolate chip waffle sour. Can't wait to hear. I know it is mental, Brad. They produce some stuff, and it's like I've got to try that. I mean, is it beer? I don't know. You just got to give it a go, haven't you? It's just bonkers brewery. So, but it make you smile. So fucking hell, we need some of that shit. Stop teasing with him. Yeah, that's it. I've got no more. Well, I've got supermarket stuff, but yeah, yeah. The Asbeck ones have been. I want to try some of their lower ABV stuff, pales and stuff, because I know their IPAs and WIPAs are good. So I'd assume the pales are going to be up there as well, which is where I'm kind of at generally. Or I've got some Impy stouts and stuff to show you in a bit, but yeah. Any beers with? Yeah, yeah. There's some great artwork out there. Cobtree has been on Time and Tide beers lately. Fantastic beer. Yeah, they produce some really good stuff. Their Sprat Waffler for me is their best core range beer for sure, and they've been doing quite a bit of collabing this year as well, which has been really good to see. I think they've got another collab coming out with, or it might be Flock. I can't remember, one of the two breweries. Another one with Cloudwater, I believe. Don't know, they've done a triple IPA with Cloudwater, and it was quite harsh for me, but still good. But yeah. How you doing, Joey? Hey, how you doing, man? Get the kettle on. Get your coffee sorted, or I don't know what sort of coffee you have, but got one here. I thought, well, the weather's shit. It's been a bit of a crap week. I'll get onto that later. Because I haven't told anyone yet. But that'll be later on. So, yeah, good to see you, Joe. I see your Browns one the other day. Like, one pretty two good touchdowns. The bit I saw and stuff like that. So I'm like, and he was there as well. Sam says Brad's injured leg has got weaker, but he's been given the third leg an absolute workout. Stuck at home. Yeah, he's got one arm stronger than the other as well now. There we go. Starting to go blind. I see I've nearly caught up. There we go. Joey said he was stoked, man. Yeah, it was such a fun Monday night. Yeah, it looked really cool. Well, it's a bit Halloween night as well, wasn't it? So it's like, yeah, I took my daughter out for almost 3 hours before the rain kicked in. I took her out just before it got dark, and we was walking around. And there's a few the younger ones around, but yeah, my daughter loves Halloween trick or treating, so it knackers her out. We walk for miles, and that's the only time she doesn't complain about walking is trick or treat night. So it's like last 2 or 3 sort of years. I said, right, as soon as it stops raining, we're going home. Okay, started raining. Right, we're going home. Okay, she was quite happy. So job done. But yeah, I'm losing the reference there, Popeye. I'm down the road from you in Raynham. Okay, so yeah, so Raynham Way. Oh, you've got trying to think. There's some breweries that way. Iron Pier. You know they're pretty good. There's another brewery. I can't bloody remember the name of it. Terrible, isn't it? I've only had some beers from them once. That was a couple of years ago. They sent me a load of beers, and then I bought some beers. I bought a glass. It's like, got to buy some. You send me some stuff. And I felt obliged to. I made a little order. Got 2 or 3 beers and a glass. So, and I can't remember the name of the bloody. I'm looking around for the glass. I think it's downstairs. Bollocks. Oh well. I'm trying to give them a shout out. I can't remember who they are. Still got to watch your Lords and UK stuff. I guess that's to Joey. Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame you can meet up, but miscalculation of how big London was and stuff. So that matter. Yeah, London's a bit of a place for travelling around. So it's even worse if you don't. Well, it's probably easier actually travelling in from London than travelling in it. You know, at some point, sometimes, but we'll sort that shit out next time anyway. So it's not a biggie. But right, so a couple of just the beers that are here, basically. I picked up a couple of beers from Iron Pier, funnily enough. I picked these up on Saturday, or this up on Saturday. Iron Pier. Are they not Raynham, are they? Oh, they're Gravesend, so not too far. So this is Islay Barrel Aged Imperial Stout. It's only, for a barrel aged beer, it's only 8.5. But yeah, it's $3.30, which you don't see many offers. I thought £4 was alright, give it a go. Hence why it's not in the fridge, basically. It needs a bit of a clean up. A lot of these beers, I don't know if they're in a case or something gets broken, it just goes, and then there's little specks of beer on other cans. I've had that a lot lately, so I've got to give it a tidy up and stuff. But yeah, so these guys, yeah, so barrels are Islay and bourbon. So what's it saying this? They've been in bourbon for 6 months, basically. So it's a blend, basically, of Islay whiskey barrels and bourbon for just over 6 months. So the other one's like a harvest ale. So that was that one. So a quick. There's 2 beers here from Morrison's. Their 9th anniversary Stratnik Imperial Stout. This was reduced to clear. This was only $2.50. So interesting to see what their stouts are like from the supermarket. So yeah, 9th anniversary one. This one, Death Star Episode 3. There we go, 10.5. Yeah, Twisted. It's your edition there. There you go. Lovely looking label. Chocolate caramel Imperial Stout. Yeah. So another Northern Monk one. And then this one's from Tesco's I got yesterday. So the Vocation special release. You've probably seen it about the milk chocolate stout, barrel aged. What does that say there? Yeah, 12.2%. What's that say? Mint, decadent, cacao. Celebration. I think they've done there's other variants of these kind of beers as well. So this was £5 for a 330. So be interesting just to see what this is all about. So I've got quite a few bits, and there's I haven't even drunk all my Halloween beers yet. I was going to do a few reviews Sunday. I didn't fancy it. I was going to do like a little live stream Monday. Shit happened Monday. And then just wasn't in the mood to drink. Didn't think it'd be a good idea to either. So, where do we get to? It's probably a Nelson in Chatham. I know a Nelson in Tunbridge Way. Don't know. I don't think it's that. Oh, I've just remembered it. B Cobtree. And I've just forgotten it again. No Frills Brewing Company, or No Frills, something like No Frills or something. Not a bad brewery. I just don't get to try them all because it's it's like with beer. They're okay, pretty decent. See you in a minute, Henry. Yeah, generally, Sam. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to get back to the tank. I've got to hit that. Oh yeah, thanks for that. Appreciate it. Yep, you take care. Take care, Twisted. Thanks for joining. Henry, head of marketing. You deserve a pay increase, my brother. He does. Yeah, don't go killing more fish. Indeed. So yeah, right. So that's pretty much the beer I've got here. There's other things downstairs, but I thought I'd incorporate it into this. I'll have some warmish bolognese I made up yesterday. So at least it stopped raining at the moment. Which is good because when I go and pick Little up, I don't want it to be hammering down like it was earlier. Afternoon, James. How you doing, man? We used to watch that. So yeah, some people saying hello. So yeah, let's say a nice. Of course, I've already showed you this, but this is up here because it's a stout. Forge, which I guess is fudge in Norwegian, chocolate fudge and toffee imperial stout. It's just I've already showed this on the unboxing a couple of weeks ago. I've still got it. Pressure Drop Adamson collab, 10%. I'll give it a year shelf life. Canned on the 22nd of September, so it's been around a little while. So that'll keep. Norway's Adamson Brewery are famous for their dessert stouts. They certainly are. And this collaboration lives up to the hype. This beer is fully loaded with big flavours of chocolate and toffee, and is vegan friendly to boot, just to keep everyone happy and not protesting. Cacao nibs, chocolate, fudge, and toffee in this then. Probably it's been so mild lately. I do drink stouts throughout the year. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes I do like it when it's cold weather and having a big old stout. But yeah, that just happened to be there, what Chorley showed. So I started to take some of the stouts out of the fridge again, keeping the back room window open slightly, and it's quite cool, as you can hear. Um, so yeah, get back there. Yeah, not too bad, James. Towards the end of the stream, I'll give it a little bit more on other shit that's been going on, but I don't want it throughout the stream, if you know what I mean. But I will do it then. Yeah, the 10%. Yeah, that sounds good. So I will review these things, but so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 stouts here. Some are going to be better than others, by the looks of it. But we'll give them a go. I think they're all. I think the lowest is one's so that's 10, 10, 10, 10.5, 12.2, and a quite a low 8.5. So stouts. All good. People saying hi to each other. Yeah, 10%. Depends how fast you drink it as well. I mean, I do like to sip on the old 10%ers. I don't generally drink them like pale ales, you know. Although some people do. You will be, well, you won't be dancing. You'll be falling on the floor. Sorry, Brad. But yeah. The name means birth in Swedish. We say similar. Yeah, I need to do a translate. I'm assuming it's fudge. Forge. I'm assuming it's in Swedish. So yeah, so it's birth in Swedish. Weird, isn't it? And fudge. It's just weird. I don't know where I'm going there, but yeah, whatever. It's got toffee and fudge in it. That's all we're gonna say. You actually fought with you the other day, Sam. Did James? This is getting worse. As you came across some Tempest beers, okay, in Melbourne, and wonder what they're like. I've had a few, but not for a while. Need to organise a meet-up. Been watching your channel for a year now. Only just worked out how to comment. Cool beans. Thanks for being here. Yeah, I try and do one of these a week, like the afternoon on a Thursday, for a couple of hours, or shorter if it's depending on how the stream kind of goes and that sort of thing. But yeah, certainly for an hour at least, and then before I go and pick my daughter up from school. So, but yeah, no, I appreciate it. Thanks very much. Thanks very much. No, it's cool. Another one you might want to check out. He's Kent-based in Chatham. Actually, is Rate My Beer. If you like your kind of German lagers and stuff like that, that's the place to go. They do like lots of perfect draft stuff. They do lots of live streams, and you know they like a beer. They get some drunken streams and stuff like that. It can be quite entertaining. So yeah, do check them out if you don't know who they are. So they're very close to you as well. So yeah. I mean the Norwegian word means birth. Okay. I didn't know that. All right. I was just assuming it was. Anyway, there you go. Okay, fair enough. I've got so much hype in the fridge, but I don't want to drink it without a phone at the moment. and chucking on. Yeah, and that's the trouble, isn't it? Yeah, that's annoying, isn't it? Really. I don't mean to laugh. Well, it's losing your health, losing your phone is good for your health. That's what I'm trying to say. So there we are. Um, just to kind of keep up with everything. Yeah, people saying hi to each other is always good. And Henry's back in with the old ching chings. So yeah, it's just a more of a chilled back relayed. I can't even talk. Relaxed gym bag basically. Go in the flow. Go in the flow. Norwegian, Swedish, and Danish are really similar. Really, it's just the spelling and the pronunciation is a bit different. I can read Danish and Norwegian and understand, but I can only speak in Swedish. It's fair. At the moment, I'm trying to learn Dutch. I've been trying to learn Dutch for. I'm approaching 60 days, and on the old Duolingo app. It does make me laugh actually. Some of the Dutch words are quite amusing. Lots of very similar English words, and also kind of sort of English and slightly kind of German type kind of sounds. There's also a thing with like the way you write Dutch is kind of back to front, trying to explain something that you don't like. It's really quite weird when you're writing in Dutch. Yeah, Dutch is weird. I'm telling you right now. Some of it's back to front. If you're writing things down, it's back to front. See, in English, it's the other way around. It's like I don't like this very much or whatever, and you'll say whatever it is you don't like first before you say you don't like it, and it doesn't kind of make sense. The sentences, it's weird. It's a strange one. I keep forgetting that when I'm doing the old writing in Dutch. It's like this is really hard. Simple, but you just do it. You write it how you say it. I can't explain it. But yeah, I can understand a lot from Swedish as well as there's German elements. Yeah, there is definitely. There's lots of English elements as well, which is on the smaller, simpler words. It's very similar to English, but there's definitely German elements as well for sure. Was talking to Thomas about going out there to visit again. Yeah, well, I've already been talking to Thomas about a trip. Um, it's been on the cards for a while. I did see a really cheap flight actually from Gatwick. I should have jumped on it, but you know it's like. Sometimes I'm like, we'll see. We'll see. The train was more expensive than the flight, even quite a long way out, which is weird. You don't get much value in the train, like further out compared to flights. I don't know what that's all about. But yeah, you have to let us know, James. Just sing it out whenever you start planning your Oz adventures, and yeah, be good. Absolutely. Some of Tempest's new sours and stouts. The stouts are pretty good. Was it that I had a barrel aged that all the leaves are brown once. That was pretty nice. I think it was that. If you see, I can't pronounce it. The Scottish ale he's on about their Imperial Brown. Sounds good. Did I miss any comments? No. I still want to do the London. Yeah, just I say weekends and half terms. I mean, it's quite a restricted opening time as well, so you have to go. They're not open. I don't think they're open Monday to Wednesday anyway. So Thursday, Friday. If it's half term, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I can do, or a weekend, Saturday, Sunday, I can do, or a Friday evening even if it needs to. But yeah, because obviously I'm restricted with little and stuff. So if it's school time, can't do it unless it's a weekend. So that's pretty much where I am with London, and generally everything else as well. To be honest with you, and it might even change more a bit going into the future. Looking ahead is very kind of predictable at the moment with what's kind of going on. So, but yeah, we'll sort something out. As I say, if it's a weekend, I can do it. How you doing, Luke? How you keeping well, pal? Watched a bit of your stream last night, so you're okay, my friend. Some of those Black Tuesday variants on weekends. All right, is that the brewery? I guess. Well, yeah. Harry saying sorry to John and Luke and John that he missed his stream last night. Good afternoon to you. I had to put the heating on for an hour to warm up my cockles this morning. Okay. It's not quite that cold yet for me, but tonight's going to be cold. Tonight's going to be cold. Or cooler. I'll say cold, which we're not used to it. That's all it is. Trying to sort something for Adam and Harry for Manchester, Liverpool, Newcastle. Yeah, I want to pencil something in properly. It's difficult. It is difficult. It's all, right. If you're working or people are working and can't get time off or this and that, it's tricky. But there you are. Have you had any Bellwoods from Toronto? Yeah, I had one in Belgium, August. I had we've had some cans of their stuff. Some of their cans, like Barn Ale and stuff, they're starting to can now. Is it Bring Out Your Dead? I had last year's Bellwoods. Remember what I had now. Definitely have one of them. Oh, there it is. Yeah, the Bellwoods Bring Out Your Dead X 2022 last year. That was fantastic. Which is their annual release. As you probably know. It was their 10th anniversary as well. So that was pretty damn good. Going to Poland in February to see Hugh as well. You're busy, man. You're busy. We're currently about 8 degrees. In a few days' time, it's meant to be 30 degrees. Christ, that's a jump. That is a jump. Back to work you go. Cheers, Luke, mate. You take it easy, my friend. Jimbo Bellwoods are good, mate. Yeah, they are. Yeah. Bring Out Your Dead is like we're returning for it's actually the first one they brewed since 2020, for the 7th time ever. Bring Out Your Dead is our imperial stout aged extensively on cognac barrels. It's feisty and warming with a low bitterness, appropriately mild carbonation, notes of aniseed, brown sugar, figs, and subtle. I can't even pronounce what that cherry is, and cherry basically. So it was good, very nice. Did I do any writing when I had this? it was a bit boozy when I had it in August. So, um, but yeah, tonight and Friday night do not look much cooler. Don't. Yeah, at night time. Yeah, it's like 4 or 5 degrees. There might be a touch of frost up northern England, Midlands. But yeah, definitely even down here it's going to be 5 degrees, which is like it's getting there. It's getting there. Um, I do remember you. Do I remember you right there? You're in rural Victoria somewhere. I can't remember either. Right, let me just. What are we doing for time? Right, 2 o'clock. I'm worried about. You know, it's like the time on these streams. It just goes like that. I can't afford to be late. This is nice. I'd like to do more than the need. First Bellwoods review publishing later today. Nice. We get quite a lot of opportunities to have them, but they're quite expensive. They do a lot of sours. Is it like Barn Ale series and yeah, they're pretty pricey. You're looking at 25 to 30 quid a pop for some of their sours. It's like, oh, which is a bit. I mean, bottle shares, yeah, but then if I'm going to a bottle share of a sour or something, it's generally a Belgian one because you know the quality's going to be there. But I've heard good things, but yeah. Ocean Road area. I mean, you've said before, it's memory like a sieve. Henry says, peace to Luke John, nice. When is Raggy's next? When is Raggy's thing next year? Would be normally, well, the October is normally you got the Camera Festival mid-October. I don't know when I think tickets have come out for the Nottingham Craft Beer Festival. I can't remember when it is though. I went last year. That was really good. I think this year was in mid-June. But there's a lot of festivals on. The festivals are winding down now. There's not too many left. I won't be doing any more this year. That's it for me. I might go to the Winter Beer Festival down in Dover in February if it's on, but I don't think that's on either. Because the building that they're doing, they normally have it in just getting done up the town hall in Dover. The one in my neck of the woods, they're trying to find a venue. I haven't heard anything else about where the venue's going to be because the Winter Gardens in Margate have been the people who run it have pulled out because the building needs like £3 million worth of work to do it up basically, and the council, we can't spend money, you know all the shit that you go on with councils and stuff. I mean, especially with what's going on literally 3 miles up the road in Manston, literally 3 miles from me. That's in the news at the moment. Apparently got the Home Secretary up there today. Good luck. So you've got all that going on. So yeah, it's just fucking nuts. What do we get to? Oh, it's proper getting there now. What's that? A bit of fluff? Yep. That won't grey. Not going to go bald. Not going bald when I get old. Yeah, just have a white hair. So, but yeah, it's going to get cold sooner or later. I hope so. I might get it trimmed up the sides and then have a not like a Mohican, but just kind of a bit like that. Not like that, like that. So, yeah, it's definitely getting there. Got a 70. Oh, it's in Swedish money. €7. Don't know what that's in reference to. Fighting us to his. Yeah, oh, that. I think it's going to be pushed back. I don't know if you've been watching Raggy's thing recently. Bless him, he's had a bit of load of stuff going on last week or so. So he mentioned last night it almost certainly might get pushed back because of stuff that's going on at the moment. Yeah, I'll let you go and watch him. I won't. But yeah, bless him. Short back and side. Well, I can't not the back. I'm even going to leave the back a little bit, just the sides. Yeah, longer on top. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of doing. Well, that Craig without throw doesn't confuse me. I know. That Bellwoods. That was the Bellwoods price. That's really cheap. Is that a small? Is that what size bottle is that? I know some of the sours are like whatever, the larger bottles. They're pretty pricey. I get a lot of them on Cloudwater's website generally. €7 is pretty good, isn't it? Must be a small bottle. Well, it's got to be a small bottle. There's no way it's going to be a large. It was the cans, yeah. 7-8 quid, I think. I know Adam picked one up when we was at Cloudwater. One of the because they got a couple of yeah. See you in a bit, Jagman. Take care, my friend. Yeah, pint-sized cans. Yeah, we've been getting. There's one or two different sours. I can't remember the name of it. Barn Ale or something like that. Don't know. I know they've just started to can stuff because I know their larger bottles were really expensive and they weren't selling. They were kind of becoming a bit shelfies over here because of the price point. It's just like, Whereas that brings it down to like 7-8 quid or whatever it is, a little bit more in line with what we're getting here with some of the higher end stuff, if you like. So yeah. Let's have a look. I don't know if there might be some Bellwoods on Trembling Madness. Let's have a look. I've already had my delivery this week, so I might. It's quite funny. As soon as I put house into my searching, it just comes up. That's when you know. Yes, I'm of legal drinking age. So beer, Salt by Brewery should be near the top. I would have thought if they got any. Maybe. Big. Black Irish. No, not even on there. Huh. Okay. So Cloud Wars. Cloud War Bruco. Shop. Yes, I'm over 18. Okay, for cookies. Guest beer. Allagash. Beak Brewery Bellwoods. I mean, I got 24 different beers. Or was that? Oh, so Jelly King is that's what I was trying to think of, and you probably said it about half an hour ago. So look. You got a finished box coming in from Raku. Oh right, yeah. And Terrified, yeah, right. I've tried a lot of good Canadian beer. Yeah, I've tried quite a lot from. Fucking hell, I can't even remember. I can't remember shit these days. What the fuck is going on with me at the moment? Heads all over the place. No one does all the artwork on their cans for local artists and stuff. There's no point in me talking to me. It's just like, it's under. Yeah, there's some breweries that are good. I think it's because of their distro. It was really good, and then it's gone a little bit quieter the last sort of year or so, year and a half. I find here in the UK at least. I think a lot of their stuff goes straight to Europe now. Collective Arts, well done. Yeah, couldn't remember it. Well done. I've had a lot of their stuff. The Imperial Port is the best beer I've had from them. I've reviewed a fair few. They produce some good stuff. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, I mean they're one of the main kind of breweries. But even compared to our stuff, it's just not. It's not up to. I mean, even the newer breweries in the UK that have popped up over the last year and a half, 2 years, they're not on that level either. But they're decent. They are decent. I've not had too many stouts from them, but what was I trying to say? I think because of their distro, etc., lots of peeps don't get the opportunity to try a lot of it. We did for a while. They were like, because I think they've got a European arm, Collective Arts have. But obviously, since the political shit has gone on, I don't know. They seem to get a lot more American beer and Canadian beer and stuff like that in sort of mainland Europe than we do here. For sure. Well, we still get a lot. Don't get me wrong, but they're kind of underrated because they're right next to There's a bit of that, and I don't think the beers are. They're decent. They are decent. There's probably a lot of other breweries I've never tried before that are probably better than Collective Arts, but again, and Bellwoods, I've not had too much from them to really kind of say that, really. But yeah, Collective Arts. The Wildflower are good. Wildflower are fantastic. I've had a few bits from them. Nice mixed firm stuff. What the fuck is that noise? If that's a helicopter. It don't sound in a bloody good way. Weird. Yeah, I've had a few bits from them, and there's a few bottles on Trembling Madness. I think they've got 2 or 3 different ones on there, but again, they're bottle share beers, so we'll get around to them. I don't want to go and spend like, oh, let's get 3 big bottles, and then don't get nothing else. So it's like, that's why I bought that today with a few cans, 5 cans, and that. Ordered it like yesterday, about 2:30, and it come this morning. So it's like 20-hour turnaround, which is crazy good. Yeah, proper form now. Yeah, Wildflower. They are awesome. It's expensive for one review. It's all 750 ml stuff. Well, I'd struggle to drink a whole bottle of that kind of beer on my own. I can do it. I've only done it once. I've done it once with this one here. As brilliant and as good this beer is, drinking one of them on your own, it becomes a bit of a slog. And it's a great beer. Great beer should never be a slog. There we go. Take it off. She's gone now. Yeah, I can't do it. Doesn't matter how good the beer is. I can't. It's 750 on your own. Can't do it. It's worth sharing. If you get a bottle, share it. Or you could do the review, and it's very difficult. It depends where you are. Trouble is when you go to a bottle share, beers are fucking right. Crack this, and you're drinking and fucking. There's another one. It's like, oh my. To do reviews of them, it's a little bit unsociable as well, but it's just awkward because if you went and done a review, you'd come back and you'd have about 10 beers there on your table. So it's just impossible. Maybe, yeah, shoot us a message. What they got? Yeah. Oh, Burning Sky, great. Yeah, they do some great stuff. One of my favourite breweries. I just don't get to try enough of them because you want to try different stuff all the time. Bottle shares, and most of the time I go to a bottle share, there's normally one large sharing bottles there, or sometimes 2. So I kind of get to try quite a lot of them, which is nice. But Burning Sky are fantastic, man. They're really, the sharing bottles are just like really damn good. If you like that kind of beer, mixed firm stuff. So yeah, Jelly King is the £8.50 a can over here. There we go. That's what I was trying to find on Cloudwater's thing. They've actually got quite a lot of choice. Some of them aren't too bad. £16 bottles. So how big's the bottle? 500ml bottles. I thought they were more than that. Perhaps I was doing them a slight disservice. They're not expensive at all. I'm sure they used to be. Yeah, different barn ales, number 28, and 17 quid a bottle for a 500ml. Okay then. I'll take that back. Barn ale 22, barn ale 23. They've got 3 different vines. Yeah, the cans are a bit more approachable. But they've got, what size bottles are these? So that's not too bad. 500ml bottle. Plum cherry dry hop sour with plum and cherry, funny enough. 500ml. There we go. £10.50. But yeah. Not bad. So they are available over here. I think that's probably the main reliable site in the UK to try and get Bellwoods. Plus, they do some like they get quite a lot of Allagash in, and I sometimes do Trembling Badness, but generally Allagash are on there as well. The breweries they got on there while we're here. Blackberry Farm. Modern Times. Whether all these beers are in or not, I don't know. Any beers on site? Oh, they got one bottle there. Modern Times. Finally. So Blackberry Farm. They do some good stuff. So we've got a couple of bottles, sharing bottles there by the look of it. Are they? They're $7.50. Yeah, 750 ml, £18.50. So they're quite expensive for 500 ml. That's probably what I was saying. For 500 ml bottles, they're like 16, 17 quid for a 500. When you can get like things like that Blackberry Farm for 18 quid, 17 quid for a 750. So there is a little bit of a. They are a bit expensive for the amount you get. And it's probably what I was. I knew there was something about it. Yeah. So. What are we up to? Never done a Burning Sky beer. Flipping heck. Wow. Well, they're flipping. You just got to try their beers. Their beers. I mean, the cans are brilliant. And they're sharing bottles. The large bottles are just. They're pretty damn good. Their stuff they've done utilising the bushfire affects the grapes. Is fucking rad. Yeah, I heard about that. There's a smokiness to the grape or something, or the more is it more the ground? They get that smokiness. The grape gets its smokiness from the ground where it's had fires and stuff. Which is basically it's all about, which I remember. Can't remember what beers I had from them, but they do nice beers for sure. I guess that's Burning Sky. Raspberry Peach one is the one I did. Okay. Nice. Not tried Clavor, I don't think. Clavor very good. Very good. They've had dips and stuff over the years, but they've the last sort of year or so, year and a half, they've really properly bounced on a little bit. Get a big IPA from Cloudwater. Yeah, you won't be disappointed. You won't. I mean, they're a bit pricey, some of the double IPAs and stuff, but some of their stouts they do. Oh my god. There's one on at the moment on Trembling Madness. I had it at the tap room and it was actually very kindly got to me by someone I knew at the brewery. So it's like, good to see you up here. There we go. You got to have that. So I asked for that, and I got that and that. It's like I can't remember something is Utah or something. That there's a series. They bought about 3 or 4 different variants of this Impy Stout. It's like wow, they're really damn good, really good. Pricey, $8.50 a can, something like that, but mind blowing, mind blowing. Definitely need to try one. You need to try some of their core range. They've actually got a core range, so try some of that stuff as a bit more price point a bit, you know. Kind of strange. Yeah, it's the way it goes, isn't it? All the random stuff I've done but never burns. Yeah, it's the way. I mean, there's so many breweries, man. I mean, there's a lot of other kind of classic beers out there, and even like mainstream beers that I've never had before. Just never get round to it. You can't, you know, it's beers everywhere. It's just impossible. I appreciate it, but I mean the price points of these things. I've just been going to Pales recently. You get a really decent pale ale for probably cheaper up north, but $3.50. If you're getting a pale ale and a 450ml can for $3.50, I think you're away from a supermarket. You're doing all right, for sure. So I mean, you can get cheaper pails, don't you? You're on the 330s and stuff, but yeah. Yeah, next time you're over, you'll have to let us know, and I can source 1 or 2 bits and keep them in. A good thing about them kind of beers, they can keep for quite a while. So, um, I mean, you got to try this. That's probably one of the. You got to try this. If you ever come over here, um, obviously the fresher the better, because a lot of the peach does actually wear off. Although it says you can store it for a while. I've done a comparison of these kind of things before, and it does show. They normally, when do they come out normally? Normally about March, I think. Late April, late February, March. They generally come out. Yeah, they have different batches because it's proved so popular. They've we better do this all the time. They sell out quite quickly, then, especially online. But, I mean, there's one or two places that will have a few bottles here and there and don't sell, but then the quality kind of fades. Well, not quality, as in that real kind of bright apricot or peach, shall I say? It does kind of fall off a bit after about 6 months, I think. Within 6 months, you're all right. Any further, like most fruits and beers, it does kind of fall off a little bit. I have a bunch of stuff that Harry has kept for me. I need to figure out when I can get can look at that. Yeah, of all the big IPAs I've had, I honestly don't think many do triple IPAs better than Cloudboy and Other Half. I've never had a triple IPA from Other Half, believe it or not, Sam. Always wanted to, because they were the OGs at doing that style, like in doing it properly. Now it's kind of caught on bandwagon wise, and it's like, it's okay. There's a lot of hop astringency I find in triple IPAs, which you would expect, especially fresh. Why do you want to drink a triple IPA fresh? Don't know. Even some double IPAs can get a bit like that. It's like last year when Putty came out. Was it last year or the year before that? It was during lockdown time, so it was probably early last year. Was it February last year? Not this year. This year's one was a bit better, but this hop astringency on that was like, burning. And then I managed to source a few cans, and I had one like 2 weeks apart. And I had one like 2 days old, 1 day old, something like that. Really burny. I had one 2 weeks later, burny but not quite. And then I think the sweet spot for me was about between 4 to 6 weeks in the can. That was last year. This year it was a whole lot better. It wasn't. There was a touch at the beginning, then it was pretty much gone by 2 weeks. So, yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely. Not too boozy or malty. Great balance, juicy. Yeah, absolutely. So many do brilliant double IPAs once they get to triple. Yeah, I just don't think there's any need for triple IPAs. I just don't think there's any need for it. It's just no need. I mean, I can get all I want out of a decent pale ale. A decent pale ale brewed well. I'd rather have 2 or 3 of them than. I mean, you can't have 2 or 3 triple IPAs or double. Well, you can have 2 or 3 doubles, but I want more. I want a bit more than that. But if I'm still getting that flavour kick that I'm getting out of doubles and triples in a pale, then, or even a normal IPA, then I want to do that really. But yeah, triple IPAs, I just think it's I don't know if it's a fad or what. There's no need for it. No need for it. But that's just my palate. Maybe other people, prefer them. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, but for me, yeah. But that's it. We've got different palates and stuff. Beer subjective, and I get all that. So you'd rather have them there than not. Even I'd agree with that. But when it comes to mouthfeel, I think that Yeah, I mean, quadruple IPAs. I've had one, and it's like, yeah, I think it is probably that. I mean, your palate's become sat. If you're drinking these sort of beers all the time, it's like anything. If you're doing it all the time, the quality is so good now that eventually it's like anything. You're gonna get bored of it. It's like it's like food. If you're having the same thing all the time, it's like, now and again throw one in, maybe once every 2 or 3 months. Oh, let's have one of that. Oh, fucking hell, that's amazing. And that's what I try and do with double IPAs. I'll have one or two. This is a beer festival, but even then, I've been going to beer festivals and kind of avoiding double IPAs. But I don't really. My drinking habits definitely changed over the last sort of 2 years. Just get bored or hop fatigued, if you like. And saying that they're all very good, but your palate's not appreciating it anymore because everything's so good. There's lots of them. It's like, you know. So that's why I think you need a break. Come back, try a few. Oh, that's really nice, you know. I don't know. And my food does change, and taste buds do change and stuff. I had a brilliant pale the other day. It's Sam. Blew me away. I thought of you and Jagmaster. Oh, nice one. I love a double IPA. Not tried many triples to be honest with you. Yeah, give one a try. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that they're awful. They're very good, but you're going to be paying a little bit more for obvious reasons. Yeah, I mean, you can get some cheaper triple IPAs that can be okay, but if you want a half decent one, you're going to be paying a little bit more. That's kind of what I feel. And New England IPAs, yeah. No, I'll start off there. To be honest with you, start off there, get there. Try them sort of things. Go into a few doubles, try them, and then try one or two triples. And there's a lot more on the market than there used to be. Well, I'm surprised they're still around, to be honest with you, but especially with the price point and the way things are and shit. Quadruple IPAs, I've only seen once or twice. No, I don't think there's completely any need for that kind of thing. It's like big, stupid ABV Imperial Stouts. I think as soon as you get to, all right, some of them, you get a few 15%, as I had one a few months ago, and it was just, that is unbelievably drinkable for a 15% beer, bottle share. And then I had one that was like 8%, and it was like real kind of traditional stout, boozy as hell. Felt more boozy than a 15% beer. Especially when there's lactose added to an impy stout. Some of these stouts are dangerous stuff. I agree. Been getting a lot more into farm. Yeah, same as me. The way this year I've really hit it. And you go to bottle shares. There's always farmhouse saisons and gers and stuff like that. It's just like absolutely, and that's a nice. It gives the palate a nice break from the hoppage, if you like, or day-to-day sort of hoppy beers and stuff. New England IPAs are one of my favourites, but didn't try the double IPAs or triple I. Love the hazens. Yeah, well, you're in for a decent treat, to be honest with you. They are good. If you've never had them before, yeah, your palate will think, fucking hell, this is good. You get to that saturation point with your palate and taste buds, and it's like, nah. It's like when I've been to Hop City in the past, it's like, oh, it's good at first, and then you get to a midway point, you think, everything's tasting the same here. Very good, but everything's the same. Just like there's not much variation. I'd like to see more West Coast IPAs at Hop City this next year, which is incidentally the 12th and 13th of May. It is next year, so, and it's not an all-in ticket either. It's a ticket. It's a um, coupons with your ticket, and the early bird on a Saturday afternoon is already sold out. It's only been out like 2 or 3 days, so um, so it's Friday and Saturday. Friday the 12th and Saturday the 13th of May, I think. So check that out. Whether I go or not, I'd like to go, but and it's at the Refectory as well, the OG place, which is cool. When I missed some comments and waffling on. Yeah, the fruitiness, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a tropical kind of deal. Some of them I find a little bit too sweet, just for the amount of. And another thing that seems to be getting into the IPA is people adding fruit. Don't really do it for me. It's going down that milkshake IPA route, and you add lactose. It's just not necessary. A bit like triple IPAs, really not necessary. I don't like milkshake IPAs much. I've had a break from sours lately. I got so sick of it. It's like anything though, isn't it? It's like any style. You can get a bit bored and burnt out from drinking the same styles of beer, I find anyway. I can't drink many sours, mate, says Henry. No, I never used to. I had a wildflower after the brewery stouts the other day. No, and boy, oh boy, what it did! It really does hit the spot from a stout to a sour, or something like that. It really does. I'm maybe James. It's not an all-in festival. It's like £21 for a session. I think you get a few tokens, but you basically it's not. It's going back to how it used to be when it first started, basically 2017, which was an amazing festival. That first one was because I missed the one before that Rob sorted out. It's all Rob's idea. Without Rob, we wouldn't be a Hop City. So we're lucky here. We've got a lot of West Coast IPAs at the moment. Just we've got a few coming up on here now at the moment. There's one or two I want to try from Elusive Brew that have really hit the spot with West Coast IPA. I don't like fruit IPAs either. James, fucking milkshake IPAs with lactose. Move on. Sorry, not my jam. Cheers, Shark. How you doing, mate? Hope you're keeping well. I definitely reckon we have more variety with West Coast here and New Zealand compared to you. We've got a few, but the modern day West Coast IPAs aren't bitter enough for me. They're not bitter. It's almost like they're frightened that people won't like them because they're too bitter. So it's more for the. I think what's going on is obviously it's a business as well. They want the beer to sell. Having it too bitter with the market they're selling to, with that have been kind of almost like brought up on these New England IPAs, where there's no bitterness at all, this, that, and the other. So they want to sell to that market. So I understand it, but I want like 110. Well, not that it matters, but up to 100 don't matter anyway. But I want 100 IBUs in my West Coast, a double IPA, and resinous, and strong and piney, and and that kind of grabs you. That's what I want in a West Coast. Not this kind of half-hearted. Oh, it's 60 IBUs. It's in the people. Oh, it's really bitter. No, it's not. It's because you've been drinking the haze craze for 6-7 years or whatever it is. But yeah, it's like a Sierra Nevada torpedo. That's just like it's like you almost like quintessential West Coast that's available over here anyway. It was saying hi to Shark. Yeah, stop putting fruit in. Yeah, it's not my thing. I agree with you that you can get tired of drinking beer. Yeah, I think so. It's like anything, though. As I was saying, it's just like, yeah, that's the thing. Drink different stuff just to keep things bubbling on the edge, and that's what I try and do. Because I don't want to get fed up with great beer, So you kind of got to work out a plan for that not to happen. I think anyway. Yeah, see you in a minute, Henry. I'm doing okay, says Henry, or a shark to Henry. Cheers, Agent X with the axe. Cool. Thanks for that. Thanks for joining. Yeah, Henry's here somewhere. He's just going to be back in a minute. So appreciate you chiming in. It's supposed to be a kind of a. I'm talking about a hell of a lot of beer. Hearing stuff. Got someone knock the door. Then there's no one in the house. It's happened a few times. That's weird. James says I miss the old school all barley malt black IPAs as well. Agreed on the West. Yeah, it's just black IPAs are coming back as well. There's a lot more of those knocking around. I don't know where the recent black IPAs are at. Again, they're not how I remember them like 8 years ago. See, my memory's pretty bad, which it is, or I don't know. They're not reminding me of, Whereas I can still have an amazing West Coast IPA now and think, wow, this takes me back to then. That's when you know it's half decent. Yeah, he's here. There we go. Thanks to Henry. Yeah, Agent X is in the house. Saw one of your posts, so thanks for joining. Welcome on in. Hope you're keeping well on this pretty rainy, or it depends where you are in the country. It's still cloudy here. So what's the time? 20 to 3 nearly. So I've got an umbrella at the ready for doing the old. Where we go to? Not to steal your thunder, but you echo my words. Yeah, I felt that way for a while. To be fair, it depends how long you've been drinking these beers as well. If you've been getting into beer the last 5, 6, 7, well, not perhaps 7, but certainly since 2014, you've been getting into beer. Perhaps you might have had the tail end in 2015 in the UK at least. It's been all haze stuff. West Coast went, haze stuff went, and you wouldn't know any different than from before that sort of time period, I think. Indeed, it is. Thanks for joining. I like the axe and all that. It's very very good. Yeah, no worries, Henry. No worries. I love a good black IPA as well. Yeah, again, it's a style of beer I don't to try very often. I mean, there's a few around. I've got one in the fridge. I've had it a while, but I'm not expecting much from it anyway. But yeah, black IPAs. I've not had loads, but they're always quite enjoyable. I'm always undecided at what temperature to have those. Cheers, Henry, for doing the old thing as you do. A lot of the recent black IPAs have wheat and oats in them, which is similar to the New England's, rather than the old school black IPA. Yeah, yeah. I don't think the old ones used to have certainly oats in anyway. I don't want a softer mouthfeel black IPA. I want I still want that bitterness, and I want a bit more of that kind of not sharpness, but yeah. I don't want a mouthfeel black IPA. Men of Kent love hoppy beers. We're surrounded by hop fields. Yeah, I mean, certainly the traditional stuff, Coventry. Yeah, we live in we're quite lucky. Well, for the more traditional British hops, of course, more the earthy kind of hedgerow fruit, kind of almost like dirty hops, if you like. Well, the real kind of juice bombs, it's all American kind of hops, and even to the point of Australia and New Zealand. Although they are quite similar in some ways to some of the British hops, without that kind of, especially like Nelson Sauvin, more of a kind of a grape element to them. White grape kind of deal. But yeah, but we do live in a good area. I completely agree with you. Cheers, agent. Nice one. Thanks very much. Appreciate that. Peter, how you doing, Peter? Afternoon, man. I watched your stream last night. Was it last night? I can't remember. A couple of nights ago. Pretty good. So I'll be finishing up here about 3 o'clock. So got a little bit of time. A few minutes before though, I'll make a little announcement. So I didn't want to, because it's been quite a nice stream. So I didn't want anything like that kind of, if you know what I mean. So I'll leave that bit till the end. It's because of my initials are AX. Ah, okay, got you. Like it. No, that's what I was thinking. Like, fucking hell, what's going on with the axe? Pretty cool. But no, that's cool. It stood out. Like, okay, in fact, with you. Roastiness and brown sugar from my black IPA. Yeah. I like that almost, especially when you get a lot of citra in a black IPA, you get that kind of citrusy edge coming through that kind of roasty malt, just and then you just know it's a black IPA. We've had one or two this year, and they're okay, but they're not. I don't know. I'm undecided on what this recent wave of black IPAs are, because I've not had many. But certainly West Coast. I'll stick with what I said. But yeah. That's interesting. Do breweries differ their ingredients based on what part of the country they're in? They definitely differ with ingredients depending on what kind of, whether it's like a British style, English style beer, or like traditional beer. Then it's going to be more traditional UK grown hops. If it's a beer, and then a lot of them beers are generally for bottle and cask beers on old hand pumps. But then you've got the American hops and all that sort of thing, and some Central European hops, although not many, and then Australian, New Zealand hops are more for like the more juicier type kind of beers. More for keg beers, keg lines in your pub, or cans. That's where that kind of deal. Not always, but then you get IPAs that a lot of breweries now are putting things into cans, where the traditional breweries they kind of sometimes do. I think with the more traditional beers, they should just stay in a bottle. That's just my kind of view on it. But I've had a few beers in the past where traditional English beers, and they put it in a can, doesn't work. I don't know what it is, it just doesn't work for me. but yeah, I mean, I'm not a brewer or nothing, so someone who's in the brewing industry would tell you, more detailed kind of thing. That's just my kind of view on it, if you know what I mean. But I ain't no expert, so. But yeah, it's interesting though, like you say. So I prefer a bottle. Cans go warm too. I put everything in the fridge, so everything I put in the fridge, everything goes in the fridge in the summer when it's really hot like this year. Even stouts, and in the winter months, I'll have my stouts in this room with the window open, so a little bit cool. All the pale beers, lagers, that kind of thing, or like sour beers, that kind of thing. I'll have in the fridge always. Um, but different strokes for different folks. I mean, some people put their stouts in the fridge, and then they'll drink it cold, let it warm up, see how it changes in the glass from being fridge temperature to room temperature, and you can see the changes and different flavours and the aromas come out as it warms up. So some people like doing that, which is, I get as well. It depends what you like. Just try different things. That's what I do. But that's you get to work out what you do and don't like, don't you? So, but but yeah, even like traditional bottles, you can get some decent deals in the supermarket. I picked up Abbott Ale Reserve yesterday, which I've never had before for some reason. So I picked that up and I put that in the fridge. It's like a winter warmer. So the only downside of that is it's in a clear glass bottle. I'm not a lover of clear glass bottles because of like light strike can affect the beer and stuff like that. Unfortunately, so we'll see how it goes, but it's going to be kept in the fridge for a few weeks, and then not that, I mean, if it's got light strike, it won't get better by being in the fridge either. So that's just one of them deals. Some breweries, they have clear glass bottles, and it's just one of them sort of things. You just put the curry on. There we go. Nice. What sort of? You probably mentioned it. What sort of? Oh yeah, I couldn't pronounce it. That's right. Yeah. Good. I'm just finishing up my. I mean, if this has been here, I don't mind eating this cold. It's quite nice. The bolognese from a spaghetti bolognese I done last night. It's got as I said earlier, red pepper, chopped onions, chopped garlic. I put 4 chopped up whole cloves of garlic with the onions, stewed that off. Some lean minced beef. Mix that up on the heat until it goes brown. So it's a nice mixture. I like to stew the onions and pepper before that, so it kind of it turns the peppers a little bit, sort of a colour, gives it a little bit more depth of flavour, the onions with the pepper. And then I put the mince in, brown that, mix it up for another, once it's gone brown, about 5 minutes after. Then I put the tomatoes in, mix that up, cut the mushrooms up, depending on how I like kind of chunky mushrooms. Throw them in, because they take a while to reduce down in size a little bit. And that's it. Then put your spices in. Let that bubble for normally about 40 minutes I do it. I'm over it all the time, stirring, so it doesn't stick to the bottom or nothing like that. I don't want all that shit. So it's moving all the time. I don't mind doing that. And yeah, pretty good. There's 5 minutes you're not going to get back. Right, okay. I said it wrong. It's made with onions, tomatoes, ginger, garlic, Indian spices like okay, got garam masala powder, coriander powder, cumin powder, red chili powder, and of course salt. Essentially, the onion tomato masala blend that forms base of most. Yeah, absolutely, pretty good. Sounds good. Yeah, yeah, exactly that. I'll be the same. Yeah, I do like a curry now and again. Cheers, Jimmy. How you doing, man? Be going in about 10 minutes, so just. But yeah, thanks for joining, though, man. I hope you're keeping well. Good to see you on here. Welcome on in. Um, yeah, that's it, isn't it? Yeah, you can't beat a curry, can you? That sometimes. I don't like. Yeah, I mean, I used to have curries all the time when in my lager days. Like, let's go out for a lager. Should we go for a curry? And as soon as you've done your curry, though, you're done drinking. It's just the last thing I want to do after that is have another beer. Have a beer with it. Once you finish, done. See you later. I'm going home. Back in the day. Cooking is a lot more enjoyable with music and either a beer or wine. Yeah, I mean, I like a red wine with a spag bowl. I do like a nice red wine now and again. Um, believe it or not. Yeah. Um, I might do that one night. Have a wine night. Wine night. So that's from another stream, don't worry. If you know, you know. Yeah. I do like a night. I mean, a bottle of red wine, I'll be done. That's the trouble. Um, music, yeah. A beer is fine. A beer is fine. No naan this time, but I love a good garlic cheese naan or a plain. Yeah, I like keema naans that you get from the. It's got that mince in it as well. Yeah, lamb samosas good. Yeah, bit of onion bhajis. No, a bit of argy bargy. You got to have that in it. Um, then it gets to the point where it's like you have your poppadoms and stuff. It's like naan breads though so filling. I mean, the trouble with naan breads over in the UK is that they're so thick, and it's like just starchy and fill you up. You go to India, and they're so thin. I'd like when I went to Goa, this is like 15 years ago now. They have a thing called butter naans over there, and it's oh my word. You can eat about 4 or 5 of them as a starter, and you'll be still hungry. But it's so good. You couldn't eat 4 or 5 of the naan breads over here. You'd just be like, well, I'm done. Well, you got your rice and your meal there. I'm full. You know what I mean? It does sound good though, Henry. I have to say. Jimmy's deciding whether or not to drink today. If I have a curry, definitely will. Yeah, I mean, if you've not had 12 pints before in my lager days, that's what I used to do. But yeah, must admit, if I have a curry, you have a nice lager or a nice, real nice, decent lager. Cut through that, good. It's good stuff. Red wine and the sauce is damn good too. Yeah, I know. I'd rather drink the wine. If there's a bottle being open a while, like yeah, just you can glug it in. Uh, yeah, keema is just my favourite. Oh, samosas. I love samosas too. Great stuff. Um, I like wine, but hang on, yeah. I, when I used to travel quite regularly to Portugal, oh God, as I've said many times before, unbelievable. Um, about the nan, just like using it instead of cutlery. There is that, and keep that's it. Plates all clean, straight back on the shelf. Yeah, I'm joking, of course, but yeah, saves you hot water. Times are hard. Um, Yeah, red wine hangovers are the worst I've ever experienced. Really, right? Yeah, I mean, I've had some hangovers. Cider and whiskey together, I found out don't mix when I was 16. Don't do that. Don't drink 3 litres of White Lightning and then have. Oh, actually, I had 2 pints, 2 or 3 pints of Kronenberg, and then had about 4 or 5 double vodkas and Coke. Not good. Not good. Don't do it. It's not good. Going to be closing this down shortly, so yeah, that's the trouble with drinking. It's one of them. So I mean, I drink for taste these days rather than get absolutely fucking blotted. I say the last time I got really drunk was back in 2019. I've been pretty decent since then. Calmed down a lot for various reasons. It's probably the only drink. Yes, yeah, that's it. Oh, don't. Yeah, well, I was around mate's house. So I went round here. I don't know what happened. I don't remember. All I remember is going into. I went to the toilet at my mate's house, and it's one of them things where you got the toilet at the side, you got the bath there, and then you got the washing basin sort of next to the bath. You know what I mean? I don't know what I was doing anyway. I fell over into the bath, like bang. Didn't feel a thing. So drunk. The bottom of the bath clipped my heels, and I just went and just landed in the fucking bath like that. Luckily, there's no cameras and camera phones and all that sort of shit these days, but it would have been a meme, I'm sure, if it had been. Funny though. Yeah, no, thanks for welcome on in, Agent X. Nice to see you. So I generally do a live on a Friday evening. That's generally what I kind of do. And then this, not every Thursday, depending on school with my daughter and stuff like that. But anyway, all right. So we've got a couple of minutes before I go. So I just wanted to update you on what's been going on, sort of elsewhere in the background, sort of here. I didn't want it to ruin the whole kind of like vibe and stream and stuff like that. So on Monday morning, my mum had a stroke. She's currently in Canterbury Hospital undergoing tests and things like that. Anyone who's kind of known me knows my mum's been ill for quite a long time, 2.5 years, or pretty longer, but quite badly for the last 2.5 years. So this is just like another one of them things, like fucking hell. So that's kind of happened. So yeah, I didn't want to kind of blab it all the way through the stream, so I thought I'd leave it till the end. So she's doing okay, what I've heard. So that's kind of been going on. So that's why I've kind of another reason why I haven't been drinking. I've it's not a good time. So I fancied just a little break from it. I've still got some Halloween beers that I needed to drink that I didn't get to drink. So I will do reviews of them at some point. I know it's past Halloween now, but bonfire night, Halloween, that kind of things. But apparently mum's doing all right, what I've heard and stuff. But yeah, she was you could tell she had a stroke, as I say, on Monday. So just another fucking thing, basically. But yeah, I'm more worried about my dad. You know what I mean? So that's all going on. Trying to keep little and occupied and that kind of deal. Took her out, as I say, that happened Monday morning. Then Monday evening, I took her out 3 hours, trick or treat and all that sort of shit. But yeah, just thought I'd mention that there at the end. As I say, I didn't want to bring the stream down or anything like that. But yeah, we'll just have to see how things go. So yeah, cheers Henry and Jimmy. Yeah, thanks peeps. A couple more comments then before I clear off. Thanks for the warm welcome. Yeah, no worries. No, it's good to see you on here. I appreciate it, and thanks Henry for the recommendation. Appreciate it as always. Jimmy said, I remember getting hammered on K cider as a teenager. Nice. I never had K cider. Yeah, White Lightning. Used to be able to get like a 3 litre bottle for like £3, something like that. It was like, is it 8.2%? You know, and at the time, £3 even then was pretty cheap for what you're getting. You think, fucking hell, absolutely wasted on that. Used to go. There used to be up at Lawrence Churchyard. There used to be a few benches in there. It's not a massive churchyard. It's sort of near a kind of a main sort of junction with a roundabout just outside the church. And we used to go in there, get pissed up. And then across the road, we used to go into the pub, have a few more. And yeah, I missed a whole Christmas that year. It took me about 3 or 4 days to get over that shit. 8%. It's not good. Not good. Sam's off to bed. Yeah, you take care. 2 a.m. here. Busy man. Yeah. Yeah, you take care. Yeah. Appreciate you. Yeah. So we just let's get through these comments and then I'll clear off. Yeah. No. Thanks for all joining. I really do appreciate it. I know it's one thing happens and then other things happen and it's getting used to it, you know? Like, what the fuck? You shouldn't have to get used to this sort of thing, but you do. Anywho, thanks for all watching. Appreciate you, all of you, every one of you, and thanks for the sub, Agent X. You have a good evening, and if I don't speak to you all over tomorrow evening, maybe, then have a good weekend. I might be on another stream somewhere, who knows. All right, you'll take care. Look after yourselves. Speak to you soon.